What is going on, guys? Pumpson87 here, and today I'm bringing you the finale of the ASR Season 2 Championship on F1 2016. This is the Brazilian Grand Prix. Obviously, a shortened calendar. Abu Dhabi isn't the final race of this season. Brazil, no. I mean, it was a good track for me on the previous game. For some reason, this isn't really a good track for me, though. I'm just interested in keeping it clean, having a good battle, having a good time, and having a good race. So here's a table of the updated standings for Season 2 so far. As you can see, I'm P7 in the standings, got Chimchar a few points ahead of me, and Harry Ryan looking very threatening behind. So it's important I finish ahead of those, so I can try and get 6th place in the table, which is what I was aiming for at the start of the, well, at midpoint during the season anyway. But as you saw there, from the last 4 or 5 races, since the start of the Italian Grand Prix, I've had the worst bad luck. I've actually had so many things go wrong in my races. It's been a complete joke. We had a run of good form, like Spa was good, Hungary, I got my podium obviously, Austria was good. But since then, it's all gone wrong. So hopefully I can have a good race, qualifying on the soft tyres, P8 in the grid for Brazilian Grand Prix. Not the best qualifying in the world, but hopefully we can have a good race, keep it clean, have no bad luck. Let's see what we're gonna get up to. So, 5 lights are out. Now, where we go, fairly decent start, got Chimchar ahead, Shadows alongside us, got the inside line in turn 1, no collision so far, everyone locks up though, a little bit of contact from the Force India ahead, Toros there trying to stick it down the inside, going into turn 1, but we hold the ground, hold the racing line, and we've maintained P8 so far, going towards turn 4, we've kept it nice and clean so far, let's carry it on through turn 4, and we've got a collision ahead, and, oh, for fuck's sake, we've been collected again.
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping.
Just my luck, isn't it? I always get caught in someone else's crashes. There you go, more wheel spin, that's even more time lost. We have front wing damage, we're about 10-15 seconds behind the leaders already. I mean, I guess you could argue that I went a little bit too deep to turn 4, carried a bit too much speed. But how the fuck was I meant to know there'd be people spinning and making contact on the apex? Just very frustrating. Anyway, this is on board with Harry Ryan at the start of the race. He qualified P10 just behind me on the grid actually. So he's going to have a good view of the start and me and the Torso going side by side through turn 2 probably. So lights down, away we go. Everyone gets a fairly even start to be fair, and very clean through turn 1, it's got to be said, so good job for everyone. So Harry there gets overtaken by KMP4 in the McLaren, who's started on the medium tyres, X-Fitcher behind starting on the hard tyres. Harry of course down in the softs, as X-Fitcher there goes for a move down the inside into turn 4, thinks better of it as Harry Ryan blocks. But there you can see Harry just takes great action avoiding it all, as there's a spun Warden, Quicksilver and myself in a 3-car pile-up, and we're going to have a look on board with Brock in a minute to see actually who will cause this collision, as there KMP4 gets past Shadows there, and X-Fitcher gets past Harry Ryan as he runs wide into turn 5 or 6, whatever that is. So now we're going to have a view on board with Brock, and he's qualified in 4th place, so good qualifying from him really. As is behind New Zealand Ryan, who's now the Season 2 champion, so congrats to him on a very good Season 2, very well fought and very deserved for New Zealand Ryan, it's got to be said. This is Brock defending from Warden, who's also starting on the medium tyre, so might be trying to do the one-stop, I'm not quite sure. But he's going down towards turn 4 now, outbreaks himself slightly and hits the back of Ben, and that sends him round into Warden, and I see him sends Warden round into Quicksilver, and then of course blocks the path for myself, leaving me with nowhere to go. Which is just, yeah, very frustrating. Looking back in the replay, it looks like Warden may have turned in slightly, a bit too much, but then, I don't know, it looks like Quicksilver just outbroke himself, not Quicksilver, sorry, Brock outbroke himself and just ran into the back of Ben and just lost a bit of control of his car. And now you can see, I got 2 warnings just from the understeer from the front wing. It wasn't intentional, and there's definitely not any time gain from going wide there. but that's 2 warnings already in this race, just through understeer and the damaged front wing. Right, taking a look back through some of the replays on board with Brock does stuff, and he's in a great battle so far with New Zealand Ryan. So after getting away well from the mistake at turn 4, he's in a great battle with the Force India, as New Zealand Ryan, of course, is no slouch. As Brock obviously moved up from F2 a few races ago in the season. He's actually climatized really well so far, so good, like, credit to him definitely. And Harry Ryan's having a battle of his own actually with Warden, so this is a bit unexpected on Harry Ryan's side, as he's having a good battle so far. Going through turn 3 now, he's got the momentum on Warden, obviously Warden on the medium tyres, so Harry Ryan has the pace advantage at the moment on the quicker tyre, at least until those tyres start to drop off, and he's going around the outside but makes contact with the grass on the right hand side, and that sends him into a spin, which is a bit unfortunate for him. Otherwise I would have been a pretty solid move probably around the outside. But anyway, start lap 4, I'm several seconds behind the guys ahead, except DC Shadows, who lagged behind me for whatever reason, and in lagging behind me, gave me blue flags. What the fuck? Everyone is still on the lead lap, and unfortunately, I got blue flags all the way until the start-finish straight. Obviously, I couldn't escape from him as I have front wing damage. I'm gonna guess Shadows does not. And somehow I don't have a penalty yet, but the game thinks I should let him through, which I was refusing to do. I just didn't want to do that, so instead I came into the pit lane and got rid of these soft tyres. I was losing too much time anyway on the front wing. So I came for an early pit stop onto the hard tyres. So it's going to be losing me a lot of time in the front wing change. At least it's going to be a 9-10 second pit stop. It always is in this game with a front wing change. Just very frustrating once again that I had to be caught up in someone else's crash for me to spin around like that and then lose subsequent time in a front wing change to the pit stop. I just hope my luck changes on the F1 2017. I really hope it does. But anyway, going on the pit lane next to now, very tricky to get right, as went very tentative through there, but still made contact with the wall on the right hand side. There is a glitch actually that could teleport you to the track with a wheel missing if you make too much contact with the outside wall. And now we see on board of Brock Duster, who unfortunately makes an unforced error. He's in 3rd place on the podium and just spins off into the grass. Look at the rear tyre wear. That's definitely why he spun. He just can't control the rear of his car effectively, and that's very frustrating for me. You can see he weaves the wheel side to side. Obviously frustrated at the mistake, but on board lap 9 now, this is once again Brock does stuff. Now with Shadows behind him, he's obviously made a pit stop now, as our Shadows go down the inside into turn 4, and Brock's hoping to do a switch back, but unfortunately, looks like Shadows got a little bit worse spin off the curb, sent him into the path of Brock, and that's Brock's race over and done with. And then here comes me, about 10 seconds behind, and I'm going to counter the wingless Brock does stuff, who unfortunately, it's safe to say he's had a worse race than me so far. Very unfortunate. He was in 3rd place, and now he's down in last with no front wing as well. So very frustrating for Brock there. He definitely deserves better. But my race so far, I'm just hoping to stretch the tyres out to do a 2-stop. I pitted much earlier than I would like for the soft tyres. I could have kept going for 2 more laps, which means I have to do a bit more tyre saving than I probably would have liked to do. And there's a tyre situation on lap 12, I believe it was. Now lap 16. DC Shadows is in the pit lane, and we are about 3 seconds behind Harry Ryan, so it's slowly eking away at his lead, and it's only really now that we're actually pulling the gap towards him, as his medium tyres are starting to wear quite a bit. My tyres are starting to wear quite a bit as well though, but weirdly, it's not really affecting my pace. My pace is still strong right up until I go into the pits, but unfortunately I'm just risking a puncture. My front row is at 72% on the lap before this. And at 75, obviously, you are definitely at a risk of a puncture. And in a practice race, I actually got puncture when I reached 75, so I was taking no risks. And that means 16 laps to the end on a set of hard tyres. It's going to be a tall order for me. You know what my tyre wear is like, it's pretty bad. But let's see if I can do it. And also, crucially, I got the undercut on Harry Ryan. We're about 2 seconds behind him, going into the pits there. So hopefully we can gain a lot of time on him on the pit lane exit. So just over to Brock does stuff, about 2 seconds ahead of him. But now, on board of the man himself, Harry Ryan is coming down the pit lane now on a set of hard tyres himself, running towards the end. And there, you can just see on the minimap, me going around the outside of turn 3 is going to be very close on the pit lane exit, but it looks like the Mercedes has just about got it, but the gap is greatly reduced. It's only about half a second now, as on board of me, Harry Ryan's just coming down the pit lane, and we go actually very deep into turn 4. Quite close to his rear end, and we got on the curbing. Not quite sure why I took that line. Probably should have been a bit more conservative, but it's definitely very close now between the two of us. As we're right in the back of him, going through the second sector. I felt the second sector was definitely a bit more suited to me than the... I don't know why, but I struggled through the third and the first. I am running quite higher wings, like 7.6, as I just didn't feel comfortable with low wings and that. Plus I didn't do any practice, it's got to be said, but I just felt comfortable with 7.6 wings. Anyway, we're right on the back of Harry Ryan, got DRS, it's going to be the first proper overtake of the race, around the outside into turn 1, but Harry Ryan's going to lunge it up the inside, but that's way too deep, my friend, and we have got position into P9, as Harry Ryan has to take across the AstroTurf on the inside of turn 2. And that's crucial for our championship really, as finishing ahead of Harry Ryan is a must-do. For this race. This is a replay on board of Harry Ryan. You can see me around the outside and he just lunges it up the inside, and that's just way too late braking really. I broke as late as I could and I still made the corner, and unfortunately it was just a bit too late for Harry Ryan there, but he's sticking with me with the slipstream on the game. We're both on equal tyres and he's not that much slower than me, so it's going to be quite hard to drop him during this race. But actually, coming on the pit lane now is Chimchar on a set of medium tyres. I thought he was a few seconds on the road, so I'm not quite sure why he is now on the same piece of track as us. But this is going to be a very interesting battle now till the end of the race. We're all going to the end now, surely. And it's going to be very hard to keep Chimchar and Harry Ryan behind for the remainder of this race. Let's see if I can do it. It's going to be a very intriguing battle, that's for sure, as I've got to finish ahead of these two guys in the championship, in the race, and that would mean I finish ahead of them in the championship as well. They are definitely my two main rivals for now, as going through the second sector, definitely my strong point. But we've got a little bit of a gap now to the two battling cars behind, as looks like Chimchar's trying to go around the outside of Harry Ryan into turn 1. It's a good move from the Manor driver, but it looks like Harry Ryan is trying to attempt to pass back there. For some reason there's polystyrene on the track, as both cars ploughed through that. But it looks like Harry Ryan's got a good run down the back straight towards turn 4. We already had quite a few instances here in this race already. And it looks like there's going to be another one as Harry Ryan squeezes into Chimchar there. And they both go spinning into the wall. Very unfortunate for both of them, but it's all great news for me, as I'm just parading away from both of them as they pick up the pieces from their crash. Very unfortunate for both of them, as I said. As we did miss out on a great battle, but was catching DC Shadows until he made a mistake, and that's an easy P7 really. Now ahead of the Torosso driver, an unforced error on the exit of that corner. It's a very hard traction turn, to be fair, to get right. I was slowly eking away at the lead he had over me. It was like 1.5 seconds until he made the mistake. I was hoping to have a battle with someone during this race, but unfortunately it looks like all the guys around me are having mistakes, which is good for my points tally, but a bit boring for the on-track action. So lap 28 now, we're going to take these tyres to the end. Lap 27, this is Brock getting overtaken by Chimchar once again, as DT Shadows actually went to the pit lane, so that's Chimchar up into P8 I believe it is, well P9 there, but DC Shadows goes into the pit lane, actually here, as you can see. And I was actually kind of lucky, as he was about 2 seconds behind me, and I have a 3-second penalty. You remember those two track extends early in the race? I've actually got a third warning later on for a really stupid corner cut, which is very annoying, but only my 3 warnings in this race. And DC pitting definitely did make me relax a bit more, and I was cruising to the flag after that. Chimchar about 20 seconds behind. But anyway, it's on board of Brock does stuff. It's on board watching the battle for first place between Ben and Fitcho. It's a very tense battle. Fitcho actually did the one stop. I still don't know how we did that. It's nice wheel tyre wear, but even so, fantastic performance by him. It's actually going to be his first race win if he can hold on towards the checkered flag. Ben's going to be in the slipstream though, going towards the start-finish line. He might have a chance before the flag, but it looks like Ben's actually run out of fuel just before the line. Very unfortunate of him. There'll still be a 1-2 for them. They were actually second and third, fighting over second and third in the championship, and it looks like Fitcho has won that battle with that win for him today. For me, however, 7th place. I mean, I probably couldn't have done that much better. I mean, KMP4 was about 16 seconds up the road. So, I mean, you could say that the spin and pit stop did cost me a lot of time, and it did, but I'm not sure if I had the pace really to fight amongst the top guys today. I don't know. I might have done. But even so, 7th place, and solid points for once. Unfortunately, Chimchar, finishing just behind me, meant I can't overtake him in the championship. He was 4 points ahead, and it's now going to be just 2 points ahead. So, credit to Chimchar, he gets 6th place. I get 7th place in the championship, which isn't too bad considering all the bad luck I've had so far this season. It's not too bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed this race. I hope you guys enjoyed the season, actually. It's had its ups and downs, that's for sure. But overall, I've enjoyed it. I've had some good racing with some good people, and just wish I had more luck for season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. My season highlights will be coming out at some point in the next few days, probably. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys for season 3 on F1 2017. So see you guys then. Bombs out.